The more capable you actually are, the worse being stuck actually feels. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been feeling that lately. Okay, really stuck. The same days, nothing really moving. And instead of just sitting in it, I started paying attention to what it actually feels like. And I figured a lot of you are probably in the same place or have at least felt the same thing. So let's talk about that. You wake up, and the first thing that you feel is nothing, right? Not bad, not good, just flat, just dull. The kind of flat where you already know exactly how the day is going to go before your feet even hit the floor. And maybe that's the worst part of it. There's no uncertainty in it. You know what you're going to eat. You know the drive, you know the job, the same hours, the same places. You'll know you'll come home and do the same stuff you did yesterday. The whole day is already written. You're just the one who has to walk through it. And the restlessness shows up early, sometimes the second that you open your eyes. This feeling of, I need to be doing something, with nowhere to put it. But it's the nights that get you. The hopelessness doesn't really come during the day because the day keeps you busy enough to outrun it. It comes at the end, when the work's done and there's nothing left to do. And you're lying there and your brain finally has room. And what it does with that room is just long for something, for meaning, for the day to have meant a little more than just getting through it. And here's the cruel part, the one that you probably wouldn't expect. The more you're actually capable of, the worse the stuck feels. You'd think it'd be the opposite. It's not. Because when you know there's more in you, when you can feel what you might be able to do, and then this sameness, it starts to feel even smaller. It feels like you should be doing more than this. And that gap between what you can feel yourself being capable of and the size of the day that you're actually living, that's where it hurts the most. And the thing is, it's not that you don't want to move. Okay, you do, right? You've got the energy, you've got the desire. You just have no idea where to put it. So you end up walking in circles. All this drive and nowhere to point it. And it's not that you don't know where you want to end up. You can see that part. You can see the end result. You can see the end goal. You just don't know where to start. It's like standing at the bottom of a mountain looking up and you can't even tell what to climb first. Actually, it's worse than that. It's like knowing you want to climb a mountain, like needing to, but having no idea which mountain or where it even is. So you force it. You make a decision just to feel like you're moving, and it never fits because a decision you make out of urgency is not the same as one that you make out of alignment. You're not moving towards something, you're just moving so you don't have to feel still. Okay, having drive with no direction, it's like trying to fill a cup that's got holes in the bottom. You can keep pouring, but it's never going to fill, not until you figure out what those holes actually are. All right? And then you see somebody else moving, right? A friend, somebody online, doesn't matter who. And the first thought is just, wait, they're doing that? And then there's a little flash of something. And then the comparison kicks in. And once it starts, it doesn't stop, right? Okay, if they're doing that, what am I doing? And from there it splits. Some people, it lights a fire. They get urgent. They go. But when you don't already have momentum, it doesn't light anything. It just sinks you. They're already ahead of me. I'll never get there, right? And then the real questions start. The one that you never say out loud. You'll say, how does everybody have this figured out but me? Am I even capable of this? Am I a failure? What if I never figure it out? And it always hits hardest at night because at night there's nothing left to quiet your mind with. It's just you and everyone you're measuring yourself against. Here's what I've figured out about comparison though. It can actually work for you, but only in one light. If you're already moving, if you're competing, it can push you. But when you're standing still and you compare yourself to someone moving or someone running, it doesn't push you, it buries you. It's the same comparison, but a completely different result. The only thing that changed is whether you were already moving. So you tell yourself a story, right? And the story always points outwards. I'm trying, but I'm waiting on this. I'm not in a position to do that yet. I've tried, but it didn't work. The opportunities aren't here. They won't let me. That's what the blame sounds like. And you can catch yourself doing it if you're paying attention. But here's what makes it so hard to put down: the story is believable. It can be a story and still have parts that are true. And the true parts make you believe the whole thing. There's just enough real in it that you don't question the rest. And the reason you reach for it, the reason blaming the outside is so much easier than the inside, is that the inside requires ownership. The story protects you, it protects your ego. It takes everything that's wrong and moves it off you and onto the world. Because the second that it's you, the second any of it is your fault, then it says something about you. And that's the thing that you're really avoiding. Not the work, but what it would mean about you. But strip away the blame away, okay? Be honest for a second. Some of it is in your hands, and that's the scarier answer. That's why people don't want to land here, because if it's in your hands, then it's partly your fault. And that means you've had control the whole time. It means where you are right now is, at least partly, the result of what you did this past year, the choices you made or didn't. There's external stuff, sure, there always is, and where it's real, give it credit. That's fair. But ultimately, you control your life. And even where you don't, you control how you respond to it. That part's always yours. And if it's you, if you could have been doing something and you haven't been, you might have to admit to some things. That maybe you're not putting in as much work as you tell people. That maybe the effort isn't really there. That maybe you haven't been doing all the things that you said you were doing. And that leaves you somewhere raw. Because now you're standing in the real place. Not the fantasy version, not the story that you tell everybody, but the factual, bare truth of where you are and how you got here. But here's the thing nobody tells you about that raw place. It's the only place you can actually start from. Because you can't fix the fantasy. There's nothing real in it to grab onto. You can only fix the truth. So as much as it hurts to stand there, that's only the first place that movement is even possible. Everything before it was just waiting. You're not stuck because the world stuck you, not entirely. You're stuck partly because the honest place is uncomfortable, and you've been standing anywhere but there. And now you're here. That's not the end of anything. That's the only real beginning that there is. So, I know this was a shorter episode, but I really wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of people can resonate with it. So, um, if you appreciate this episode, drop a comment down below. Show your support to the podcast. I appreciate every single one of you that listens to these episodes. If you haven't followed me on my socials, follow me at the Dylan Phipps on Instagram and TikTok. If you haven't followed the podcast, follow on whatever platform you're on. You'll get updates every single Monday at 12 Eastern when I upload a new episode. And we'll see you next week for episode 37.